Stone circles are some of the oldest and most iconic monuments of prehistoric Northern Europe. They typically consist of a stone circle surrounding a space in which rituals took place. There are many different examples of stone circles around the world, and they all have their own unique features in history. But what they all share is that they were constructed with great amounts of effort and sophistication. These megalithic monuments were created by prehistoric communities who needed to communicate with each other, trade goods, worship their gods, or store resources, such as food or drinkable water. So much attention is focused on Stonehenge in Wiltshire, England, that many people still do not know about some of the other mysterious stone circles that have been located throughout the world. The stone circles are mysterious for a few reasons. Who built them, and why? The mystery abounds at all these locations as we dive into some lesser-known, but equivocally important stone circles around the world. America's Stonehenge. Salem, New Hampshire, is home to one of the mysterious stone circles in the world. Within a 30-mile area, they have discovered multiple massive upright stones and stone rings, as well as what appears to be stone structures. Once referred to as Mystery Hill, Leonard Nimoy even spoke of it on his show, In Search of. The massive structure cannot be explained, not its origins, not the meaning. There is only speculation as to the origins. Some say it was built by a Native American culture. Some say it was built by a European group of migrants. We do know it is man-made. There are a myriad of chambers, tunnels, and an ancient meeting room. The age is determined to be at least 4,000 years old. The civilization, whoever they were, knew something about astronomy and structures made from stone. One certainty is that the stone circle perfectly replicates the astronomical calendar. We have learned that even to this day, it can determine both lunar and solar eclipses. Various types of scripts have been located throughout the area. Written in these scripts are inscriptions that were extensively researched by Harvard's own Barry Fell. He has detailed what these inscriptions are in his book. One purpose for these stone circles is that they are a mixture of different uses for the lands, along with the different practices for those parcels of land. There are also structures put up by the owner after it was purchased in 1937. A renaming occurred in 1982, when it was renamed America's Stonehenge. Some still believe to this day that it is intertwined with England's Stonehenge. However, there is nothing to back those claims up yet. Mentioned in print for the first time in 1907, there is talk about the Paddy Cave. The caves there were used for storage by the landowner. There are many who believe that Paddy himself built the site. To back that statement up, there has been no pre-Columbian European artifacts ever found in the area. The history may never be fully understood. Some people claim that it is due to the actions taken by the owner, who had himself convinced it was a place for living by the Irish monks, long before Columbus arrived in the lands. The lands also were used as a quarry, and many of the stones have drilling marks on them. There is still much to learn about this great mystery. The Ring of Brodgar. Here is a site that has been dated back to the 3rd millennium BC. The Ring of Brodgar stone circle and henge originally had 60 monolith stones, of which only 27 have survived to this day. The circle measures 340 feet in diameter. Some of the megalithic stones range in size from over 7 feet tall to some over 15 feet tall. Although there has never been a true excavation for determining the date, it is thought that the circle was constructed between 2500 BC and 2000 BC. There are 13 prehistoric burial mounds and, oddly, a rock-cut ditch that surrounds the entire outer side of the circle. What was the purpose? Who had the technology or skills to build such a stone circle? There has never been evidence of a pulley and winch found at any of these historical sites that include these megaliths and monoliths. How was an ancient civilization able to put such stones into place? The Scottish geologist that visited the location in 1846 remarked that the huge stones appeared to resemble an assembly of ancient druids. The Ring of Brodgar is considered as part of an enormous ritual complex that included the stones of Stonehenge to the southeast and the Ring of Buchan to the northwest. On the east side of the ring of Brodgar, there sits one enormous stone that has been called the Comet Stone. The Brodgar ring is first mentioned in print back in the 16th century. It is described within an account of Orkney. Since the state took over care in 1906, there was effort made to set up some of the stones that had fallen. Since then, there is evidence that 2 of the stones had been struck by lightning. There is a difference between the width of the stones at Ring of Brodgar compared to the stones at Stonehenge, in England. The thought process of the meaning for this circle is that it was meant for ceremonies and rituals. It has also been considered a religious center. It is evident that community was a very important aspect to this group of people. They were known for being in tune with the environment and the stars. Neolithic farmers believed that the seasons were easy to know and be aware of. Amazon Stonehenge. For the last few centuries, the Amazon rainforest has taken over and overgrown many historic and mysterious sites. However, by air, it is easy to see how the indigenous peoples had worked at clearing and altering the landscape of the rainforest. This does open the question as to why so many say that the Amazonian rainforests are part of a pristine ecosystem. The found geoglyphs have been located and cover almost 13,000 square kilometers. As land was being cleared for agriculture, more and more geoglyphs were located. When it came to determining the age, scientists determined that the trenches were made between the 1st and the 15th centuries. There is no clear understanding of what the purpose for the landmarks were. Many say that the landmarks were villages. However, there have been very few artifacts dug up to prove or disprove these statements. However, soil analysis has shown that the area was used for rituals and other gatherings. They also believe that the people only visited the areas occasionally. With an outer ditch surrounding the area and the inner wall enclosures, this would normally be considered a henge site. However, without the megaliths or monolithic stones, it is not a henge. It has also been considered that possibly these areas were meant to be communal areas where there were also markets that goods could be traded or sold. This also had led to some confusion. It is stated that humankind is ruining the forests. However, this also is showing us that there has been deforestation for centuries. This shows that if properly managed, human gain does not have to be harmful. In another area not far away, a ranch manager came upon some huge monolithic stones. When archaeologists arrived and began the tasks, there were clay pots and ceramic burial urns. One thing that follows with many of the other henge sites would be that the stones appear to line up according to the sun's path and the winter solstice. This second area, Rigo Grande, researchers have concluded that it served ceremonial purposes and astronomical functions that were of benefit to the agricultural and hunting cycles throughout the year. The questions remain. Who were these people that were capable of standing monolith stones in an upright position? They did not have the proper tools or the technology back then. Or did they? Were they being visited by a group of other intelligent civilizations that were able to assist them with lifting these stones? What is the actual purpose of these locations? Perhaps we must wait a little longer to find out the answer to these mysteries of the world. Stay tuned for more next time. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up icon. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications for new videos.